So today we are playing Pikmin. Now this is the GameCube one, so it's not the Wii port, it's the actual GameCube version. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Alright, let's go start. Awesome. Let's watch Olimar get blasted out of the sky. New game, please. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello? Yep. Nice ship, bro. Nice ride. This is a Dodge. Oh no. So I used to play Pikmin a lot back in the day. It was a really fun game. I don't know if it was my favorite, but it was really fun, to me at least. I really liked micromanaging and stuff. All the little Pikmin. I mean, I used to like doing it in StarCraft and Warcraft 3 and all that, so to me this was just a Nintendo version of that. And I guess in a way it kind of is. Yeah, it was really fun back in the day. I used to play a lot. At first I was really scared to lose my Pikmin, but then, you know, after playing through it a couple more times, you kind of get used to the fact that it's almost impossible to not lose any. Although that would be a pretty impressive feat if you didn't lose any Pikmin on one playthrough. But yeah, also the time factor at first is a bit intimidating, but you know, slowly after playing through a couple times, it kind of gets better. So the cutscene has begun. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved Dolphin, which is his ship, is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high level of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days, but I can't repair the Dolphin by then. No, better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. So, you have 30 days to find all of the parts, of which there are 30, which is convenient. Thank you, Nintendo, for giving us 30 days to find 30 parts. But you're not limited to finding one part per day. You can actually find more, which really helps at the end of the game when you have extra days to do things. And that helps out a lot because sometimes, even on your first playthrough, it can be difficult, especially if you're not used to kind of like how the mechanics work. Also, where the parts are, you know where the parts are once you do your second and third playthroughs, etc. But yeah, so this is the tutorial. There's no time limit on the tutorial. The initial day is meant to be the tutorial day, and you also cannot zoom the camera until he tells you the controls, which is fine. So here I'm at the ship. I'm gonna go find the first onion. Let's do it. Where is it? Here we go. Oh! I love this music. This is so cool. Whoa. Easy. Cool. Strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. Then it dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. Now, the onion is where the Pikmin live. And they stay inside there at nighttime or whenever you need them during the day. And here we go. Is he gonna pick up the game music? Okay. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and is now producing an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light and sways back and forth without the benefit of the wind. I cannot help but think that it's calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A, because that's not obvious at all. Okay, so let's approach it and press A. Here we go. A. Oh no! Okay. You're so weird looking. Those eyes are creepy. Okay. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Appropriately named. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A. And I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C and X as well. Wonder. And more controls. This is just the camera controls. L is to rotate. R zooms in and out, and Z goes from top down to a more not third person, but an angled view. So whichever way Olimar's facing, you can go ahead and press L, and the camera will pan to that direction. So let me turn backwards, and it'll turn to where he's facing. And R will change. It'll cycle through different distances away from Olimar. So close, medium, far. I usually keep it on the medium one, unless I'm doing something where I need to see all of my Pikmin, which doesn't happen often. Okay, here we go. Oh, I think if you don't do something for a certain amount of time, it tells you, yeah. So it'll tell you to do things. Okay. So, and then Z will change from top down to a more angled view. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go find the pellet up here, because I have unlimited time. I don't think I can reach it from here. No, I can't. Okay. So, let's go all the way around. I'm going to throw with A, and I'll whistle to call the Pikmin with B. And you can target, you can aim your Pikmin via the cursor. So I'm going to throw him there. There we go. And they'll take things automatically back to the appropriate area. If it's a part, they'll take it to the ship. If it's kind of the spoils of war, like pellets or enemy carcasses, they'll take them back to their onions. The pellets are really only to spawn more Pikmin. And here we go. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin has harvested after cutting down a flower, which he didn't technically, appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So, like it said, it is a propagator of Pikmin. You have the Pikmin drag the pellets back, and they will propagate. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to aim this Pikmin to the top of the flower so that it'll bring it down faster. It'll bring them down in one hit, whereas let's try it over here on this flower, if you can see. I'm going to aim it at the base of the flower, and it will actually attack. So it takes a little bit more time than aiming the Pikmin at the top of the flower, but it's a good thing to know, especially if you are trying to farm Pikmin quickly from flowers, etc. So there you go. It sucked in the pellet, and it hatched two more seeds. So let's pick the two that we had earlier. And yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get this one. Actually, let's pick these as well. Now, to quickly pick all of your Pikmin, you can just keep tapping A. It goes a lot faster than moving to each one and picking them individually. You can just keep tapping A, and Olimar will automatically move between them. So I'm going to get this big pellet here. Now it says 5 on it, which means it needs 5 Pikmin to pick it, and it'll also give you 5 Pikmin from the onion. So you need 5 Pikmin to collect it, which I have just the right amount. So while they're doing that, I'm going to make use of my micromanaging skills and pick these other two and go get the flower, which was next to it. Where is it? There it is. Right, so now more than one Pikmin can actually carry more than the designated amount, sorry. So if this one requires 1 Pikmin to take it, I can actually send 2, and they will both take it. Now the more Pikmin you have that are past the lowest amount, I guess. So if this one only requires 1, if I have 2 carrying it, it'll go faster, which is really good to know, because later on, sometimes you want Pikmin to carry things a lot faster, and that helps. So, where am I at now? I have 12 Pikmin, which means I can move this box. This box requires 10 to move, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, another thing, it's very useful, directing Pikmin with the C-stick. Now, this is only on the GameCube controller. For the Wiimote, it's a bit different. You can direct the Pikmin. I'm just going to pick these real quick. you can direct them around Olimar using the C-stick, and now this can help a lot, especially when you're trying to avoid obstacles, enemies, you're trying to avoid terrain, things like that. If you want to easily group Pikmin to carry something or move something, etc., this is the easiest way to do it. Rather than throwing one by one, you can just have them all go to a targeted area immediately. This also helps when you are throwing Pikmin. Now, if you have an enemy that you really want to take down fast, you can throw Pikmin normally. And you throw pretty fast. But if you really want to, and you really want to throw fast, you can spam A while kind of moving them around you. And this is really how it really helps taking down enemies quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spam A when the Pikmin are around Olimar. So I'm just going to use C-stick and then spam A, and you can really go fast. And that helps a lot when taking down certain enemies, for sure. Alright, so let's move this box and get some shit done, yo. So there are more pellets up there. So I'll go ahead and grab those in a sec once they're done taking their sweet ass time. Alright. Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Here we go. So he's just really going through all the controls again. And so I'm going to call them with B. The whistle is how you call Pikmin back. Y will actually bring up the map, but I don't actually have the map yet. You need to acquire that, the radar, to see anything. X will dismiss them, and you'll see that on my display, the on-screen display, the bottom left will show Olimar's health, which is currently full. It's green. The rightmost item is the Pikmin. You'll see right now it's a pale colored Pikmin because I don't actually have any Pikmin in my group. So I'm going to call some, and you'll see that, oh, it's red. So that tells you the color Pikmin that you currently have that you will either throw next or that's nearest to you. It'll change between yellow and blue as you get more different colored Pikmin. But that's the nearest Pikmin that you will either throw or that's closest to you. Next is the amount of Pikmin that are in your group. Right now I have 14 that are with me. The next one over is the amount of Pikmin that are on the field. Now, currently there are 14 on the field. If I put more Pikmin, say, in the onion, or yeah, that's really the only other place they can be, in the onion, then that number will decrease. So if I go ahead and tap A under the onion, I can put one in, and you'll see that I have 13 in my group because he's in the onion, and then soon he will... Right, so now the amount on the field has gone down by 1, so that's what that is. And then the next number is the total amount of Pikmin that you own, period, just overall. And right now that's only 14, but that's fine. So let's see what this is. The engine. Amazing, there's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? I wonder. We're probably going to have to use the Pikmin. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see how much of this we can get. We should be able to get all of it, yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to send 2 on that one to make it go faster. I'm actually going to send the rest with this one. So I'm directing them with the C-stick to kind of get them to go around and take it back to the onion faster. So I don't think there are any other pellets in the tutorial. The maximum amount of Pikmin you can get from the tutorial level is 25. And you need 20 to bring the engine back. So if they would be kind enough to hurry up. I'm going to go ahead and get the engine and get the hell out of here. Start the real game. Right. So, when many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them. Okay, so this is what I was saying before. My wife always told me I was no good at my routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A till I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. Now, one thing to note as well is when you get the other two onions, the yellow and blue onions, you can actually, if they all sprout Pikmin seeds, and they're all in the ground at the same time, you can actually move between onions as well by tapping A. So you're not limited to one onion doing that. So I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flush with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. That's when they're not in your party. By paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. This is true. Okay, so thanks for interrupting me. Alright, so I'm going to wait for these all to spawn, to grow. I think they're all done, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just... I'm tapping A right now to pick them all. Then we can go grab the engine, bring it back to the ship, and dip. Cool. So, I've got all of them? Yeah, 25? 25? Okay. Let's do this, Leroy. So I'm just going to direct them with the C-stick so that they all group around it and they all... Oh, one of them decided not to... Okay. Cool. So, while they're doing that... Oh my god, go slower, please. Right, so now normally there will be a time limit on the days. It is 15 minutes in real time. That is the time for every Pikmin day. You get 30 of those. It's a good amount of time. Usually you can get quite a bit done. Micromanaging within those 15 minutes is it's not super important because you have 30 days. But if you're trying to get a little bit of an advantage, it would be a lot better to get more than one part per day. So today we're only limited to one part. So let's go ahead, get the engine, and see what happens next. Nice. My freaking jalopy. Okay. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I have taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly, but what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. Oh. Immediate nighttime. Cool. So the Pikmin are running back to their onion. Now, when every day ends, Olimar immediately dismisses all the Pikmin in his party, and they'll automatically go back to the onion, which is really useful because you don't need to put them. Don't need to manually put them in the onion. If they're in your party, they'll go back on their own at the end of the day. So just make sure that all the Pikmin in the field are in your party at the end of the day, and you should be good. And you don't have to worry about anything. They'll go back in their onion. They'll be safe, so they don't get eaten by all the monsters. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hakatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How convenient. 29 parts, 29 more days to live. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. Cool. So, at the end of every day, you'll get this ship's log, which will show you this nifty little graph that shows the change in Pikmin. If you spawn a lot at once, it'll have this spike in it. If a lot of them die at once, it'll have a really steep drop. It'll show you all different information like how many sprouted. So today I sprouted 25 for a total of 25. I didn't battle anything today, so I didn't lose any in battle, nor did I leave any behind, which is good. Leaving behind Pikmin isn't that big of a deal, unless it's like a huge amount, like hundreds. Below that, you'll see that the red onion currently has 25 Pikmin in it. When I get the other two onions, the yellow and the blue, they'll appear there next to it. Below that, the ship icon has a 1 next to it. That's how many parts you currently have. And then next to that, parts remaining and days remaining are both 29. So I'm going to go ahead and save. We can go ahead and get started on day 2. Let's do this. Alright, so now this is the overworld map. And this is the second location. As you can see, this is the impact site, which is the first tutorial stage. There are stars blinking below the little map icon. It says parts in this area. That's how many parts are located in that area. So the first site actually has 2. The engine, which I just got, and then the next one has 8 parts. When you get those parts, the star will glow and flash like it is now. So at the bottom of the screen you'll see that I currently have 1 out of 30 parts and 25 Pikmin in the red onion. When I get the other 2, like I said before, they'll appear next to it. If you press Y, you'll go see the ship's log, which is just everything that Olimar said before. You can go back and kind of read it. There's no real... It's just kind of flavor text. So yeah. So that was day 1. I think we'll go ahead and cut it. And next time we'll go through day 2.